Okay. So I found an article actually, because if you guys know, I had quit using Captivate because I'm positive that is the reason that my Instagram was shut down. I think it was the beginning of March. I think it was the beginning of March. So I got flagged and like my account was suspended for like 3 or 4 days or something, or maybe longer. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's because I was doing too much. And I found this article actually. It's in the Rap Stars group. If I can remember where I put it. Yep, I think it's this link. So it's under Instagram trainings. But I read this article and it made a lot of sense about Captivate. It's really good to read all of it, but it kind of tells you, and this was just written like um, not long ago, like in the last couple weeks. So like they basically said, let's see, talk about the default value, like how many people you can follow a day or unfollow, and they said it's to so the Instagram doesn't like flag, like because they can tell if you're going through, like even if you're manually like following people or unfollowing really fast, they'll flag you, and it usually will give you an error and like it won't let you do it anymore. Trying to find where I read it at. I don't remember. So, anyways, basically, like, don't use both of them at once. Like, I was doing Cleaner and Captivate at the same time. Um, and I actually, there's somewhere you can log in and change. Where's the link at? There's a link in here somewhere. Like, you can log in right here. You can log into this link, novasoft.cloud, whatever that is, and you can change default values for how many actions. And I logged in and changed mine from 40 to 50 so that it will not do as many. Is it like the default's 40 for if you do the cloud option, which is what I do because it does it for you. You don't have to do anything. So I changed mine to 50 just to try to slow it down a little bit. But basically, and I just done this today. So I just loaded my cleaner today. So I'll do cleaner first. So because I have my pending actions, is it not going to show them? Watch it not have done it. That'll be so annoying because I had like 3,000 people for it to unfollow, but I'm not running it yet. I'm going to give it a few days. Let me see if it will show now. Oh my Lord. There's my local queue. Why did it not do that? I don't know. Okay, so anyway, to get it to find the people that you want to unfollow, if you click on this first page called following, these are the people that you're following. And then these are the people that are following you. But you want to go to the ones you're following because I'm following. It's actually, let me refresh it. I think it's more than that now. All right, so I'm following like over 6,000 people. And Instagram maxes out at 7,500. So like it won't let you follow anyone else new after you get to 7,500. Cleaner's always been on Android. Captivate wasn't, but Cleaner was always on there. For whatever reason, they didn't have Captivate yet, but it's on there now. So you click on this first one, the following, and you click quick select, and then you do advanced quick select. And I always do the non-followers. You can do like ghost followers or people that are following you and they never interact with your stuff. I think from what I remember. So it's like people that you follow that never like your pictures, like have never like had anything to do with your stuff. I don't usually do that one just because, you know, they might be watching. They've just not like interacted with you yet. Sometimes I have done the one with users without a profile picture, because if they don't have a profile picture, they're likely, it might be like a spam account, or they could have like quit using that account and they've just like taken all their stuff off. And then like the inactive users. I primarily only do the non-followers. And the only time I would even worry with these other ones is like if you have just got that many people that are following you that, you know, there's no more room left. So I always do select non-followers. This takes forever. I already done this once today, and I don't know why it did not, like it's not saved because it's not in my queue or whatever. But since I have 6,000 people, it takes a while. If you don't have that many, it won't take as long for it to process, but it takes forever. So I'm going to give it a second here. I'm going to show you what to do after it's done. I still can't believe it didn't do that. But anyway, while we're waiting, I can't show you yet till it's finished, but I'll explain it. Like, if any of these people that you're following that you don't want to delete, like maybe it's like actually like someone that's, you know, like your best friend, or a page that you really, really love and you don't want to unfollow them, if you'll click on them, and I'll show you here in a second how to do it, which you can click on them and then there's an option to add them to your whitelist. And if they're on your whitelist, this app will never unfollow them. Like even if they get selected, it won't unfollow them. So if you've got anybody you're following that you really want to keep, you want to add them to your whitelist. And that's something I forget to do a lot, and I'm always having to like I'll unfollow people I didn't mean to unfollow, like friends and stuff. So I actually had a friend of mine from high school, and she doesn't do Facebook or any, like she just had got back on Instagram, like she just doesn't do social media. And I had her on here, and apparently I'd unfollowed her by mistake because I run these, you know, these apps that do this. And then like I got to thinking about her the other day and went to her page. I was like, yeah, I unfollowed her and she's unfollowed me. So she probably took it personally, and I've not reached out to her yet. So I don't know. But anyway, like just, you know, that's just the idea. You can do, put someone on your whitelist if you don't want to unfollow them. This takes forever. But you don't want to have Cleaner running the same time you have Captivate. Like I have Captivate running right now. So like I'll probably give it maybe the rest of this week, because by the end of the week I'll probably be pretty close to at least like 7,000. And then I'm going to turn it off for like 2 or 3 days and let Cleaner run, and then I'll turn Captivate back on. I also want to show you, if you log in and notice that Captivate has quit running, like if you go to your, what's it called, activity log, and you see there's like a red error message, that means that your account's probably been flagged. Like Instagram has noticed you've been doing too much, and they have stopped, and Captivate will stop on its own. If you've seen that it's doing that, don't activate it again for like 2 more days. Like let it sit, because I've done that before. Like I would go in and it's inactive, and I'm like, why did it do that? And so like I'll just turn it back on, you know. So that's another reason that I think my account I got in trouble. You do have to pay for the cloud option. You can do the local queue, which is free. I think you have to pay for the app. It's like, what is it, $3 or $4? The cloud is like $10, but like it's probably the best $10 I have spent. No, it's $10 one time. It's probably the best $10 I have spent on any app, because it literally does the work for me when I'm like doing like all day long and all night long. It's running. Like if you don't get the cloud option, if you just do the local option, you can do night mode, which I done for a while. The only thing I hate about night mode is if it hits a snag in the night, like if it tries to follow someone that maybe like they've deleted their account since you added them in or something, like it stops. So there are some nights like I would follow over 100 people in the night, or maybe close to 200, and then there were some nights when it was like 10 because it would quit running on me. So okay, so now it's finished. it's got, it's like it said like 3,300 people selected. So then you go up here to actions in the top right corner and click that. And then you click unfollow. And then it's going to ask you if you want to start unfollowing them now, which I wouldn't do, or if you want to add them to cloud or local. So I'm going to add mine to cloud. Hopefully it'll do it this time. Okay, so it says it was added to my cloud. Now to go check it, go to your settings down in the bottom. And then under cloud, I'm going to click on pending. There they are. So now they're in my cloud. So if I want to start cloud and it's active, I'm going to unactivate it. I will click on service status and click activate, and it's going to run and automatically unfollow people all day long for you. Now, if you have them in your local, because I have some in this too from here a while back, like sometimes I'll add them in my local and just randomly throughout the day, I will click on pending queue, and then click actions, and click execute, and it will do 200 at a time. So you can do that like for several days, like several times a day, end up unfollowing over probably 1,000 or 2,000 people that way. But you just have to remember to do it. Or you can do night mode. And night mode will execute one action every 90 seconds. And it does it while you sleep. So all you do is like right before you literally go to sleep, open this up and hit start. And it will start unfollowing people that's in your local queue. You won't do cloud queue, you do local. So you can do this too, like while you sleep. And it does work because I've done it before, but like I said, like there would be some nights when it would do a bunch, and then like some mornings I would wake up and it done like 10 because it had like ran into an error or something. And it takes forever. Like you're just doing, like it literally gets like 200 a night. It's faster to just go in and do like execute local actions like several times a day, like every 2 or 3 hours. But I don't know. So that is how you do that. Like I was saying earlier, like if you want to add someone random to your whitelist, if you would just hold down on them, let me go back. Like you have to press and hold down on their name, and you open their page up. Click on actions in the top right hand side. You can add to whitelist. Cloud queue runs all the time. Like as long as it's activated, it's running 24/7. Local queue only runs when you activate it, like either by night mode or manually. That's the only way you can do local queue. You see here the options is night mode, or you can go into pending and click actions and execute it right then. It'll do 200 right then. And then cloud queue is, like I said, it runs all the time. So like as soon as I activate it, where'd it go? As soon as I hit activate, like on the service status, if I hit activate, it's going to run all the time. And then like let me show you Captivate. You can unfollow on Captivate too, but I like to use the 2 separate ones just so I can keep my lists separate. Like the one app is for people I'm going to unfollow. This app is for people I'm going to follow. So it's basically the same exact thing. Like if I go to settings, I don't think I have anything in my local on this one. I don't use it for that. You can do the same exact thing on here as you did on Cleaner, like to follow people. You can do night mode, the same thing you done on Cleaner. But I do the cloud on here, like it's literally following people all day. If I go to my activity log, like 319 people, it just followed someone at 9:41. That was 2 minutes ago. And then at 9:37, at 9:32, like every 5 or 6 minutes, it follows someone. Some of these got an error. I don't think he won't tell me why. Maybe they had like, I don't know, and activated their account or something. I don't know. There's another red one. So I don't know why it hits a snag, but it's like seriously, since in the past 24 hours, it has followed 319 people for me. So that's pretty good numbers. 300 people a day. That's a lot of people to follow on Instagram, especially when I don't have to do anything. Like this is one thing, less thing for me to have to worry about doing every single day is I have to go follow people. Yeah, I do choose these people, and this is how I do it. I go to search, and y'all know I do Ray Dunn, so I type in like Ray. Well, and it brings up a lot of the popular pages. Some of these I follow, like this one at the top is her personal page, and then this one I like because there's a lot of people that follow this. They do giveaways, and they share like new Ray Dunn that's come out that like um, not everyone has seen yet, because a lot of the newer stuff comes out like in California and other places. So like they share new stuff, and like what I will do, I've already done some of these. Let's see, we'll do this one, I guess. So what I do is I go to some of their most recent posts, and you can see under there the people that have liked it. I click on the likers, and it takes it just a second to load them. And it only lets you do around 900 to 1,000 on each one. So like if you found a picture that had like 10,000 likes, it's only going to load like 1,000. And I'm going to show you some other settings too that's important for this app. Because when I first started using it, like a lot of the same people follows all these pages I go to, and like I would send them a request with this app, and they would deny it, and then like I would turn around and send them another one, and like someone would message me and be like, "Quit trying to add me." But I found a way around that, and I'll show you in just a second. There's a setting on here that will not follow someone again, like that you've already tried to follow. But so this loaded 244, and you remember there was like 400 and something that had liked this post. It's probably because only 244 of them I haven't tried to follow yet, if that makes sense, because I've got that option selected. So here's all these people, 244. I hit quick select at the bottom, select all. Then I go to actions, follow, and I add them to my cloud. So I decided 244 more. Like if we go back over here, let's see how many's in my penny. We're getting pretty low. Okay, so I got 2,700 people in my cloud queue to be followed. So for the next 4 or 5 days, like I'm not going to run out of people. So about once a week, I go in and I'll add like 3,000 or 4,000 people to my queue. Like I go to all these Ray Dunn pages. I went to TJ Maxx yesterday or the day before and found some people. And I click these options: hide users already followed, hide users that follow you. So that way I don't keep clicking on people that I'm already following or that I've already followed before. So that keeps them from getting mad because I keep trying to follow them. So make sure you select those two options in Captivate under settings. A lot of these other ones I think are just like standard settings. But like what I would do if I was going to like stop this, I would click here on service status and activate it, and then I would go run cleaner, which is what I'm going to do in a few days. Because I'm getting close to, I've got 6,123 people that I'm following right now. Like I said, it caps out at 7,500. So I want to get that down. I've got like 3,000 people in my queue. So once I run that, I'll be back down around 3,000 instead of 6,000. So that will look a lot better. And I've also finally gained like more followers. I had not been gaining followers. I'd been doing it manually, following people, and I hadn't been gaining a whole lot. So if you got any more questions about Captivate or Cleaner, again, I just go in and search for certain pages. If I go to Ray Dunn's page, I've already done a lot of these because I just done this like yesterday. Let's see if we can find one that's like recent. Let's go to TJ Maxx. Oh, this one's old too. I'll go to Kohl's. Kohl's is a good. Are you unfollowing them? Night mode will only do like 100 people at a time. Like even if you're following or unfollowing, it does not do very many. It's really slow. To unfollow, I like the cloud on both of them. I do. Now you can also unfollow manually. If you just had 1,000 to do, like you could do 200 tonight, and then in the morning do 200, and like at lunch do 200, and like I mean you would be over halfway done by then. Um, like let me go back and show you. So like on Cleaner, add them to your local queue. It does 200 at a time. That's the max. So add them to your local queue, and then when you go to local queue and click on pending at the top under local, and then click on actions at the top right, and then click execute, and it will ask you, are you sure you want to execute the local actions? You say yes, and he'll do 200 because that's the max. It says here that the max batch actions 200, and you can change that too. You can pick a different amount, but I do 200. You might want to do 100 to be safe. I don't know. I always done it like that, and I didn't have a problem, I don't think, with these apps until I was trying to do both of them at the same time. Like that really got a lot of red flags on my account, and that's why they kind of shut me down. But I never had a problem until I started trying to do both. But he will do 200 at a time. Like you might do 150 or 100. I mean, that's still not going to take you forever. Like I would do it and then I wouldn't do it again for a few hours. Like I would do it and wait 3 or 4 hours till I done it again. So if you just got 1,000 to unfollow, I would just do the local queue and do pending queue. That's not going to take long at all. And then after, I would unfollow people that are not following you back. And then, like, if you get your number down, to a more manageable number, you could go through one by one and kind of look at them and be like, nope, nope, and just click on them. Like you can go through here and just click the people that you want to unfollow. Like if you know them, and if you hold down on it on their profile, it'll bring it up so you can look at it. And then, like decide. So I mean, you can do that too, but I've got 6,000. I don't have time for that. Like I just unfollow the people that not follow me back, and that's how I do it. You don't have to pay for local. If you've already got Cleaner, you don't have to pay for the local. The local's included. Like if you paid to get the app, I think the app is like $4 or something just for the app. I think that's right. I can't remember. But now the cloud on both of them is like $10, I think. Cleaner might be a little cheaper than Captivate. It might have been like 8 or 9, but they're about $10 to get the cloud. Local will do up to, I think you to do more than that. I always done 200. I don't even know why. Like I entered a custom value. It might even tell you when you do it. Okay, between 1 and 200. Safe values are equal or below 50. So I don't know. I've always done 200, but I wasn't running all this stuff like I am now before. So you might do 100 to be safe. And like I said, you could do 100 right now, and then like when you go to bed, run night mode. It might do 200 for you over the night, during the night. I don't know how many will do. And then tomorrow, like during lunch, you could run it again. Like it would take you about 2 days probably to clear out all those 1,000 people that you're wanting to get unfollow. But this is how I had it set up before. I was using Captivate to follow people. But I'm going to do the cloud queue, the cloud whatever, in a couple days. I'm going to keep following people because I don't know how close. I'm pretty close, I think, to 12.3. But it's hit 12.2. But like I was gaining massive followers back in January and February before my account went. Like I gained probably 600 or 700 followers in those 2 months. That's pretty good. And then I kind of got scared, so I haven't done anything in a while. But I just started it back like in the last week or two. So, but like if you get flagged, like I said, you'll come here and it'll actually say, if you're doing the cloud, it'll say under service status, it'll tell you like there's been a flag, or I think you can get a notification. I got a notification here a while back. All you do is just shut it down, shut Captivate off or Cleaner off, and don't use either one for like 48 hours at least, and like let it cool down, and then you can start it back. I don't boost my posts on Instagram, but sometimes if I boost a post from my business page, it's linked to my Instagram, so it will run the same ad on Instagram. So I do it that way, but I don't really boost from Instagram. Oops. Did my phone die? No. Okay. My screen locked, so it went off. Okay, let me